think we are live.
Nice.
Let me just confirm. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. History.
Yeah.
Crazy. I saw on Twitter that Joe Biden first ran for president in 1988, 32 years ago. Craziness.
Yeah, there's an old, I think I've told you and Brandon this, he's actually older than Bill Clinton, who was elected president
For
what, like 29 years ago.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So that's kind of funny. But.
Yeah, that is wild. This does remind me of something that I heard you say on multiple occasions. You don't run for president 3 times and think you're going to win.
I think he's the first person in history to do that. So.
Fair enough. You didn't have history on your side.
What a difference complete sentences make. You know?
Coherent thoughts. How about that poem by Amanda Gorman? I think that was her name.
Oh gosh,
my goodness.
Yeah,
it feels good to have like coherent thoughts and like just professionalism back.
Yeah, I mean, the hell of a difference than just having conspiracy theories run rampant and
right.
So breath of fresh air. So
for sure.
What'd you think of the speech?
I thought it was good. I mean, kind of what I would have expected, like calls for unity. I thought his talking on COVID was pretty powerful, talking about how more people have died from COVID in a year than people that died in World War I and World War II, I think is what he said. And how he also acknowledged that like it's, potentially the most dangerous time of COVID now too. So I did, the overall calls for unity. And I mean, I think it was all pretty typical of what you would expect, but also necessary, I thought.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Going into it, I think a lot of Democrats were kind of scared about how he was almost going to oversell the unity talk. And, I think he didn't do that, which was, a breath of fresh air. Like, I think both of us agree. Brandon, a little less maybe, but that, it's going to be nice if we can get some things across the finish line with support, bipartisan support, see what we can do. But, after 12 years of finding resistance and tomfoolery every time a Democrat tries to do something, either as president or in the House or Senate, like you have some ridiculous power-hungry Republican just stopping it. I think it's our time to kind of put our, foot to the gas. So.
Yeah, I did. I don't know if this was intended as a dig at Trump or not, but I did appreciate the acknowledging, Jimmy Carter and the past predecessors that take their oath of office seriously and being there and blah, 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 blah. And that even though Jimmy Carter can't, because of his health and whatnot, like he's there in spirit, that whole sort of thing.
Right.
All while Trump is not there because he's a petulant child that lost and took his ball home.
I mean, one thing I did notice, like, I thought like Pence would be looked upon, really positively for going like to this inauguration without the president being there or his president being there. But it was quite clear watching them come in that nobody wanted to to have anything to do with Mike Pence.
Right.
Which, I mean, deservedly so, because as Jake Tapper always has the best words, he says, we don't want to confuse anything here, because 2 days before the insurrection, when he was campaigning in Georgia, he was selling the same lies about the election. So
right. Well, yeah, that's like
Jake Tapper says, I don't know if he found religion, which is just a great dig on Mike Pence. Just fantastic. So
Jake Tapper would be he would do really, really well, I think, in like a more of like a highbrow, like Last Week Tonight, like type show. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, no, that's like, I mean, it was good that Pence was there, I think, but I mean, the reasoning for it is, I mean, he's in self-preservation mode, but it's, I mean, as are a lot of Republicans that have now, decided to jump off the Trump train here at the last second. But I mean, you're not really fooling anybody.
Yeah. One thing that drove me nuts, and I've harped on this to you about, like, people making up rules for COVID.
Yeah.
Jesus. Lady Gaga and J-Lo literally walk up to Joe Biden, this 4-year-old man.
Yeah, if that.
No mask on. And then when they get to the back, when they're going to sit, they put their mask on. I'm like, doesn't that kind of defeat the point? Like,
right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Come on, man. So, sounds like, are all the presidents or former presidents going to Arlington?
That's a good question. I don't know. I know that was the other thing that I got a real big kick out of that I really enjoyed was, you've seen the photos of like the Trump schedules of the day type thing where it's like,
yeah,
like he's going to stay in the residence and make many phone calls and have many meetings from early in the morning until late at night. Like, it's like what it says all the time. And then I saw last night somebody, some White House reporter tweeted out like the Biden schedule for today. And it was like a very detailed, like line by line. Like, and then after this, they talked about doing the wreath laying ceremony at Arlington at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. But I didn't see anything about, I don't know. I think it'd be really cool if they all did.
Yeah. I thought I heard before that they were going to do that, but I really want to see this press conference tonight, or the briefing room, because, it's just going to be such a return to norms. Like, I mean, coming from, especially us being like these two big West Wing fans.
Right. Yeah.
And just understanding like the importance of having articulate and good and crisp briefings.
Who's the press secretary for him?
I don't know how to say her name. I think it's Jen Paskey or something. She's obviously a woman, kind of red hair.
Oh, Jennifer. I'm assuming Psaki. I would assume.
Psaki, yeah, fair enough. Like I said, I didn't have the name right in front of me, but one weird thing, and looking down on CNN right now on my tablet, A-Rod just shows up at presidential inaugurations, apparently.
Just also that was another cool thing. The "This Land Is My Land" being sung by a Latina woman, I thought was really, really cool.
Yeah.
I guess Latina woman is kind of unnecessary to say woman with Latina, but regardless.
Not the only unnecessary thing you've done in your life.
True.
They were going on about Hillary Clinton being like so happy to be there today. I was like, man, if I was Hillary Clinton, I'd be like really pissed. Like, I'd be even more pissed than the inauguration 4 years ago, because clearly a better candidate than Trump.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah. But I turned the TV on maybe 5 minutes before they swore in the vice president. So I didn't see them bring everybody in and all that, but I didn't even see, like, when I was watching the the whole ordeal, I didn't even see the camera pan it all to the Clintons at all.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean,
I saw Bush and the Obamas, and
yeah. It's just funny because when they announced Barack and Michelle, they got just as big of a roar as like Joe Biden did.
they're superstars.
Yeah, I know they are. They're just awesome. Like I literally almost texted you guys and said, "Geez, can we just have another 8 years of Obama? Just just do the damn thing this time. None of this. Hey, I have to come in during a almost meltdown of our economy.
Right.
Just have a do-over and not let Barry be such a little priss about working with everybody, just shoving down people or legislation down their throats.
I could go for a Michelle Obama candidacy.
Yeah, too bad she hates it. Well, can't blame her either.
She had no interest. So I'm assuming. So with the Trump send off, like, have they already done that?
Yeah, they did this morning.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, you didn't see the crowd?
No. Oh, I heard like a lot of people weren't going to it.
Oh God, it was. I mean, they said there was probably 200 people there, and like 20 of them were his family, and a lot of other ones were just staffers.
Yeah, well, I heard that he wanted like a big send off, but then I also heard that a lot of people don't want. So the other thing too is because I remember 4 years ago, I remember it specifically watching it. I hadn't even moved here yet to DC, but I remember we went to the rooftop, and we could see because we were watching on TV like when the Obamas and the Trumps like did the shake hands thing, and then the Obamas got on the helicopter, I think, to fly to Air Force One, and I remember we could see the helicopter taking off with the Obamas from the rooftop of and I thought that was really, really cool. How petty to not go to. I mean, it's probably for the best that Trump didn't go, but like, how petty. Like,
so you didn't see this? You know the song by Frank Sinatra, "I Did It My Way."
Yeah.
Like Trump had it queued up so pretty well that Frank Sinatra hit the big line of "I did it my way" and like holds it.
Yeah.
Right when that damn plane was taking off. It was the most petty fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Just the most petty thing I've ever seen.
Also, I love Twitter. I just got a notification from Twitter that says, "There's a new White House. Follow for the latest from the new @White House."
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Twitter.
Well, it's good to have a POTUS that isn't blocked by Twitter anymore.
Right?
Oh, Mikey boy.
So I think there's the plan. They're going to do the pass and review with the military and all that normal stuff.
Wait, normal? That's a hell of a word.
Right. Yeah, true. I mean, man, I hope Biden keeps around the big old military parades that Trump brought in.
Maybe we'll get that infrastructure bill sometime this decade.
My gosh. So, oh my gosh. So I know we're kind of more interested in the Biden inauguration, but how ridiculous is that tweet that I sent out late last night? At 1 a.m, Trump signed the executive order, like undoing his executive order that banned federal employees from working for lobbying firms. Like he clearly just did it so he could say, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of corruption and lobbying in the government and it's bad and blah 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 blah. And then as he's leaving, he's never mind. No, we're gonna get rid of that. Back to I just did that. I fooled you all. Like, my God.
I mean, yeah, when we were talking about it last night, like it is like it's pitch perfect to the idea of like the Trump presidency that in the waning hours of his presidency, he literally pardoned a guy that was on corruption charges from stealing from his supporters, like just stealing money from his supporters, and Trump pardoned him, and it's just like what? Like doesn't make any sense. Steve Bannon, what a good guy. Luis going with the Lil Wayne pardon.
Dude. And so I'm looking over like at whitehouse.gov, like from 12 hours ago, 12 hours ago, December 23rd, just like previous articles that the White House had put out regarding different stuff. And they're all like dead links. They've just gotten rid of them. I don't know if that's normal or not, but.
Yeah. Just not to hear, Kayleigh McEnany anymore. It's just going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what some of these higher profile, like what does Pompeo do? Like he's going to run in 2024, but like, speaking of which, did you see his farewell speech?
Yeah, absolutely insane. Like
I saw
outside of reality.
Like I saw multiple reports that like career officials within the State Department were like, you clearly did not read the room. Like that, like just ridiculous. Like, yeah, that's going to come back to bite him in the ass, I think. But
really? I mean, what he said, like saying that America is not, this multicultural country. Like, he is just laying it on thick for that bit for Trump's base.
Right. Oh yeah, but also, just like talking about the swampiness of everything. I saw this tweet come out? Do you know Duke Cunningham? I was not familiar with him. He was a congressman from California who served for like 14 years or whatever, but he went to prison for 8 years after he accepted $2.4 million in bribes from defense contractors. Like, and he gets pardoned. Like, what the hell? Like,
yeah, like, how is this anything but the swamp? He pardoned Brian Urlacher's brother too. I guess we now know why Brian Urlacher decided to come out against Black Lives Matter.
Oh my gosh. At least with Brian Urlacher, like, he has an avenue for an excuse. Like, he's been hit in the head a billion times.
I didn't even play into that. I had no clue where you were going with that, but yeah, perfect. No, I don't think he was doing all too well before,
Can't go to Chicago without seeing those stupid hair grow billboards all over the damn place with Brian Urlacher and Ryan Sandberg.
I always forget he grew hair now. That's an unpardonable, So they were talking about his first executive order he's going to sign today is the 100-day mask mandate, which just means like all federal buildings are going to be required to wear a mask.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll read you the.
Good.
I'll read you the whole thing.
Do you see what my buddy Louis said about I told you he was gonna pardon Lil Wayne and Kodak Black.
See, John just said, saw someone post an article from the White House titled Trump's administration accomplishment. Clicked on it and it got air 404.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. You click on any of the White House links from the Trump administration, it's just dead link. Oh my God, that's funny. That's real good.
I mean, you can't make this shit up sometimes. You just can't.
Oh gosh.
So so he's going to sign the mask mandate, Paris Climate Accords. He's going to reveal a new immigration policy. He's going to put back DACA. He's going to do a lot of stuff even just tonight. So
what? So sorry, what was the mask thing again?
So he only has authority over federal land.
Right. Okay.
It's like more of a show of just, saying, hey, we're not going to be the douchebags of, hey, we're going to throw it to the states and then not fund the states anymore.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ. So you did not watch any of that Trump send-off?
No, I haven't seen a second of it.
Oh, my gosh.
I was up until like 3 a.m, so I didn't wake up until like 11.
Such a productive person. Oh, well, I've been up since like yesterday at 4. So,
Do you work tonight?
No. It was just a random Wednesday at 12:30.
Dude, could Hillary have like mixed in a different color, perhaps, instead of just all purple?
Hey, man.
Yes, we are fashion experts as well.
Show of unity, man. Yeah, no, that doesn't look good.
Did you see it?
Oh, Hillary. God, I'd be so pissed about her. First, I lost to Donald Trump. Then Donald Trump gets beat by Joe Biden. Where am I in history?
Benghazi, that's where.
Except she's an American. She's still alive, so.
It's going to be, man, it's going to be boring. Politics is going to be boring now. No.
Yeah, what's the Moose Club going to do?
I don't know.
Shut up, Schmidt. Schmidt, shut up. I swear I'm seriously going to share that. Every year that comes up on like my year to date, I'm going to share it and just be like, I'm still mad about this. we were at Max when that went down, and she said that, and I looked at her. I go, "Who the hell?" Kyle's got better takes. That's ridiculous. Are they gonna walk?
I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a tremendous idea.
I mean, like, there wouldn't be any reason to. There's not going to be people there. Like, it's all shut down. Like, there's not going to be crowds.
Well, they did it earlier when they all walked up the steps, like coming into the Capitol. They turned around and waved, and then the camera was showing their perspective, and there was nobody.
Nobody there.
I mean, come on, man. Oh.
It's crazy to think that like that place was like swarming with criminals like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, National Mall. It's crazy, how it wasn't swarming with people during the Trump inauguration.
Yeah, I don't know. There's gonna have to probably be a recount to find out which inauguration had more people, this one or Trump's.
Oh well, we'll put Josh Hawley in. We'll put Josh Hawley in freaking charge and see what happens. I'm telling you, that would just be the funniest like troll ever if Jen Psaki comes out tonight and just like, this is the largest audience to ever witness an inauguration. Period.
Like, but does it in like a funny haha type of way? Like,
we're talking about it. People that are watching can share their opinions on it, but we should do like a top 10 Trump administration quotes episode. Like,
do you know
it would take so long to research this?
Do you know how hard it would be to whittle it down to like the 10 best? Like that's gonna be insane. Like that one's a shoe-in. That one, the alternative facts are like those two are like definitely top 10.
Oh yeah, no, well, I mean, is anyone like dethroning the obvious number one of him, suggesting that Americans, inject bleach into their blood systems? And then just to like absolutely not once again gauge the room and come out and say, "Oh, I was kidding." Like, shut up, stupid.
Top 10 conspiracy theories.
Or just one conspiracy theory. QAnon, baby.
We need to do, and I think you mentioned that we need to do a episode on the QAnon quacks that are in. I'll be honest, I don't know anything about QAnon. I just don't like. I'm not even gonna look into it. I'm not even interested in reading about them. Like it's all insanity. Like I'm not.
Hey, Luis, if you saw our meme that me and Kyle made up the other night about the irony of the Trump presidency.
Oh, yeah. He follows the Moose Club. I think she probably saw it. Oh, yeah, we would do
that. Screw you, Bork. You can't freaking message on the Moose Club and not join. Go back to work.
I feel like QAnon is like it's like the birth child of what is the Alex Jones
InfoWars,
but like yeah.
No, like I told you, my brother came up with this at Christmas. Like it's absolutely for sure somebody's like dissertation of like psychology in America, and just seeing how far some of these people can go on how crazy this shit is. Oh.
46th president. That seems fitting, Schmidt, that it started as like a joke and like people just like latched onto it, and now it's.
I mean, is it? I mean, define on it started as a joke. I think it's a pretty, it's a pretty good joke now. Yeah.
Did you see that Kamala was escorted by the black officer from the Capitol that like led people away from?
Yeah, he got promoted to the deputy sergeant at arms.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, Schmidt has something to claim. I think his episode that he guest starred in is like the third most viewed.
Yeah, it was a big one. Yeah. We had a lot of.
As long as we get Kyle off there with his bad takes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. What episode was that? That was the.
Well, one of them was about One of them was about pardons.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one that got the. I don't think that's the one that got all the views though.
Schmidt and I have been talking a little bit, and he's in agreement with me that Paul Ryan's going to run for president in 2024. He set it up perfectly. He got out early on, like he distanced himself.
Yeah, no. I don't think Eddie Munster's gonna go anywhere in today's Republican Party, but I mean, him and Ben Sass are gonna take up pretty much the same road, and neither of them are too charismatic. Shut up, Cedric. How do I comment back on this?
Also, didn't realize that I had captions on.
I don't know how to even have comment back on that. So shut up, Cedric. Well, time for Joe to go back to his basement.
He's just going to resign in a few months so Kamala can run.
Yeah.
Didn't you know? Hadn't you heard?
I've heard so many freaking conspiracy or ridiculous takes, I guess I should say. Ridiculous takes on what's going to happen in the next 4 years by Trumplicans. Just, Kamala Harris is going to be really running the show. I was like, well, I don't think Joe Biden has to, be submissive to Kamala Harris at all since, she didn't make it to Iowa in the primaries. So,
did she really not make it to the?
No, she didn't make it to Iowa.
My goodness.
I mean, she was polling better than some people, but yeah, she didn't make it to Iowa. So,
my goodness, feels like a millennia ago.
It does, man. We've talked about this 100 times in different episodes, but like impeachment was only like 12 months ago. Did you guys talk?
Yeah, the consensus was essentially that he's a petulant child that lost the game and took his ball home.
I think that Cedric. I think that it wouldn't have ended up good for any side of it for him to be there. Like, he didn't gain anything from it. He looks better and more hardcore by not showing up. And trust me, nobody wanted him there, because if you watched the inauguration ceremony when Mike Pence came out, like, nobody was talking to him, and that's still a lot better than. I mean, Mike Pence is liked by a whole lot more people than Donald Trump. So
it's not really a high bar to. For anybody watching, give this a share so your friends can join in as well. Be greatly appreciated.
Luis, I do not think I would be surprised if they make a Trump portrait, but I don't know.
I didn't think. Wasn't that a thing? Wasn't that a thing? Trump, man, this is like, I'm pretty sure that I'm not making this up, but didn't like Trump like threaten to like not let Obama come back for his portrait or something like that.
I mean, in the last 4 years, who the hell?
I mean, that would rank in the like the very bottom of the list.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Trump's unlikely to unveil Obama's White House portrait. Oh, that's funny.
What if
That's real funny.
dude, you know, I've expressed this thought process before, but could you just imagine being a billionaire? Good looking wife, successful business, billions of dollars.
Allegedly.
And being such a like insecure person. Like just straight up insecure.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. It's incredible.
Arlington. I'm excited for when whenever they do get to the cemetery. I haven't been to the Arlington Cemetery since COVID has been closed.
That's because you don't live in Arlington anymore.
True. I don't live in Arlington anymore. Close though, but still. I used to be able to walk to it. Not that I did, but
I can't believe when I was there that we didn't go to T.C. Williams. See sunshine.
Side. Strong side.
See sunshine. Sunshine.
For those that don't get the reference, T.C. Williams is where the movie Remember the Titans is based off of, and it's like, I don't know, it's like 15, 20 minutes from my house. Totally forgot. I just drove by it one day. Totally never crossed my mind. Like, drove by. I'm like, wait a minute. Is that T.C. Williams High School?
So, Bork, I can't remember who it was. I saw a tweet last night saying, how bad of a strategic plan was it for Trump to be so mad about that correspondence dinner and literally end up in life where he's at like now? Like, under investigation, his kids are pretty much screwed. You know, just his whole life's just going to waste away. His business is done. And it's all gone because he had to he had to get them back, like Seth Meyers. Like,
that just goes back to the insecurity that you're talking about of like.
Oh God.
I saw there was a funny tweet. So Anthony Scaramucci, I'm sure you've seen, like this whole time he's been talking about like 7 Scaramucci's until Trump's out of office, 6 Scaramucci's until Trump's out of office. And then he tweeted last night, he said, how many Scaramucci's until Trump is indicted?
I was listening to I was listening to Pod Save America last night, and they were talking about like just him, like this farewell that he had this morning. He literally sent an invitation to Scaramucci.
Did he?
It's like, man, you have to be desperate looking for people to show up to your farewell if you're thinking Scaramucci's going to show up.
Right? Yeah. That's funny.
Did you see these videos Claudia Conway put up?
No, I saw you. I saw you tweet that last night.
Dude, they're insane. Like, just like Kellyanne's.
Like, what's the context? Like, is she like?
I mean, just verbally abusing her child.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Apparently, like, you know how we always talk about how like Kellyanne and George go home and they're probably all good. Apparently, the whole thing is neither of them want to get divorced because they're Catholic, but like they don't really talk to each other.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, there was the time where Trump was mad at the Lincoln Project and she tried to anonymously trash on her husband through the Washington Post. Can't imagine why that relationship hit its, rocks.
He's a good Twitter follow.
George Conway?
Yeah.
Don the Con on his way to prison.
That's funny. I like that moniker.
God. We've talked about this on a previous episode. I just don't. I think he deserves to go to jail for sure, but that's a dangerous precedent to start, man. Because now,
I wish Bork was here because I know Bork specifically.
Yeah, well, I get what Brandon's saying. Like, what is it supposed to be a dangerous precedent to send criminals to jail? Like, I get what you're saying.
Right.
Then it gets into like the Josh Hollies of the world that would be like, oh, Obama did this illegal executive action and he was taking advantage of his power and, that's treasonous. And then all of a sudden you're in a freaking whirlwind of a freaking fight. I don't know.
I don't think he's going to get indicted on anything. His kids might, but I think they're going to kind of let sleeping dogs lie type of thing.
But seriously, how can you sit and listen to Eric Trump and Don Jr. and be like, these two are great people? Does Donnie deserve intelligence? No. His own DNI person came out and said that they should take it away.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, though, because like former presidents still regularly get intel briefings on it.
Can you imagine that dude going, belly up on his freaking hotels and then just like selling? I mean, this is the whole background story to the girl that stole the laptop insurrection. Like, you don't think Trumpy will, try to sell off some information for a little bit of help?
I mean, doesn't seem to be beyond the
scope.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, probably something that better off.
I don't think there's even about the prosecution. Like, I don't think he's going to be indicted, and I don't think the Senate's ever going to hold a vote on impeachment. I think Biden's just going to say, just let it go.
So I'm just laughing at this. So I put up a picture of the inauguration crowd, obviously small because of security risks and COVID. But I put biggest crowd to witness an inauguration period as a joke towards, Sean Spicer. But the greatest thing that's came of the Trump presidency is my dad's learned how to communicate on Facebook. And like, he's actually a pretty decent troll for his age. So it's kind of fun watching him troll. He got on there and put the message period comment on there.
Also digging Garth Brooks wearing blue jeans to the presidential inauguration.
Dude, actually, I'm gonna take the exact opposite view as you. Garth, you couldn't have fucking worn any blue jeans.
No, I agree. I'm just saying. I just thought it was funny that like when he like was running back up the stairs, I'm like, oh, he's wearing blue jeans. Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, really? I mean, just screw the whole blue jeans with jackets idea that some people think they can pull off. But
next time I'm back home in Erie, and I'm at the bar, which I mean, I haven't been to the bar in Erie in I don't know how long, but just whenever that does happen ever again, I'm just going to play a bunch of Garth Brooks music. And then when people are excited about it, I'm going to say, you guys know that he voted for Biden and then sang at his inauguration, right? Just to watch people just.
I got friends in the place. Actually, he doesn't sell his music to anything, so you can't do that. Yeah, he's not on iTunes. He's not on TouchTunes. Nothing.
Yeah, there's like covers of it though. It'll get the message across. What I'm trying
to. I mean, think about the crowd you're playing to. Will it get the message across?
Fair.
I mean, you're talking to a freaking city full of Brandon Schmitz.
So how long until I almost missed that actually. How long until well, I've already seen on Fox talking about the caravans from Honduras again. Like we're just gonna just run this script back all over again and just go through this. But how long until we had the episode on this, but until cries about the budget come back and the deficit, the debt.
It's already happening. Like, I mean, there's some people I can like, or Mitt Romney can kind of claim it, but like, yeah, no, it's gonna become like a mainstream thing, and it's just gonna be like this $1 trillion stimulus bill is just that's gonna be written all over it, which is absolutely incredible. But hey, Luis, just following up on your comment, I'm going to call out these cowards. We videotaped a episode last week predicting all the winners of the 4 games last weekend. And I was the only person to guess all 4 games right. And mysteriously, Kyle just didn't load the episode.
It wouldn't load. It wouldn't post.
Somebody couldn't handle being wrong, but you know, after so many years of being my friend, I think you would have learned how to lose effectively by now. But
how are people going to think my takes are better if I'm posting takes of me being wrong?
Yeah, well, hey, fake news, man. And I do not accept that you have better takes than me, and I'm still offended. Should the left get rid of the filibuster immediately to get as much done in the next 24 months?
That's a good question. How about Pete? Do you know Pete, or is it just a?
Yeah, I don't know Pete. Hi, Pete.
Thanks for watching, Pete. You've got good questions.
Are you a mayor, Mayor Pete?
Mayor Pete. What do you think of that question, Joe?
I mean, they should try to remove the filibuster. I mean, they should have done it under Obama. So, I mean, I'm not.
There are some Dems that are against it, right? That are worried about.
Yeah, I mean, the freaking douchebag Dems, like freaking Joe Manchin, like, dude, they need to put the screws to him and be like, freaking Cedric. They need to put the screws to Joe Manchin. Just say, hey, dude, like, you're probably going to lose. So I don't know why you're running for re-election. We don't need your seat. So play ball or, you know.
Yeah.
We'll make sure you don't even make it to the general.
He's on the ballot in 2022.
I think it's 2024, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, what is he? Yeah, like, come on. You have 4 years, dude.
It's West Virginia. Like,
yeah, also, like, you don't want to be – yeah, come on.
You didn't see Doug Jones, like, just, like, breaking into the left saying, no, we can't do this because I want to get reelected in Alabama.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think it mattered what Doug Jones said. He wasn't going to get reelected, but
– Hey. At least we kept a child rapist out of freaking
that is a W, yeah, for sure.
A W. I saw W today.
What does that say? But what does that say about Alabama that it takes a child predator, child sexual predator running in order for a Democrat to win?
Have you ever been to Alabama?
No.
I don't think you need to say much.
I did see
I heard they have a good football team, though.
Somebody, I think maybe Bork, this was like months ago, but in Alabama, there was like a used car dealership that was giving away like Bibles and shotguns when you bought a car. Like, I was like, it sounds like something that would happen in Alabama.
What's the SNL with Tina Fey playing Sarah Palin? That was funny.
Ronald Klain was in the Obama administration, wasn't he?
Yeah, so he was the czar of the Ebola issues.
The Ebola crisis that Trump talks how it was so poorly handled, yet we have 400,000 people dead from COVID, and he thinks it's still going away tomorrow. Nashville. I've never been in Nashville. I've always wanted to go. I'm a Tennessee Titans fan, so there's that.
Oh my God. How'd that work out for you?
Not well this year. Not well. But you know what? That's fine because last year being in Boston when they beat the Patriots at the casino, on top of just being obnoxious at the casino when the Titans beat the Patriots and just people not liking it, and then winning like $1,200 right after that at the casino and just being obnoxious about that was just great. Just great.
Hey, by the way, Pete, make sure that you follow the Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube of the Moose Club. It's nice to have you.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
What's he signing right now?
Oh, that's a good question. What a line. We have learned that democracy is precious, democracy is fragile. At this hour, my friends, democracy has prevailed. What a line.
Dude, I told you Klobuchar was going to be making moves, dude.
What does she do? What does she do?
I don't know, but apparently she's
like everywhere. Like,
I mean, hey. Honestly, I mean, I like Chuck, but they need new blood. I would have liked to see Elizabeth Warren because I think Elizabeth Warren's policies line up with as a good contrast to Biden. I mean, I don't think there's much contrast to Biden and Klobuchar.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how difficult it is to be the majority leader, but like I imagine, I don't know, like I feel like now is like right now you probably need somebody that really knows what they're doing because you're gonna have to, thread some needles here with this super slim majority with them tiebreak essentially. So I don't know. I am totally fine with moving on from Schumer and Pelosi. Pelosi's just such a fundraising monster, though. Like,
I love Nancy Pelosi. What? Oh yeah, dude. Say what you want about Nancy. She's a straight up G. Like, courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not. All right, I feel you.
Nelson Mandela. Also, how cool is it that at the State of the Union, well, we kind of hit on this, but I don't know if we talked about this on an episode or if we just talked about this amongst ourselves, but the probably won't be like an actual State of the Union, like traditionally, but whenever we do have one, it'll be two females standing, two women right behind the president giving his State of the Union speech, which would be cool.
Yeah, no, a lot of barriers going down. It's good to see. It's good to finally see a woman get to the level of government that they've been long overdue for.
For sure.
Pretty sad that the beacon or the country that presumes they're the beacon of progressive freedom still is struggling to get women more involved in leadership. So we'll see.
Did we ever find out what he was signing?
No. Let's check Twitter. One of the guests could tell us too.
Harris v. Pence boxing match. That's funny.
Where's the fly?
Pence is a big guy, isn't he? Like,
no,
isn't he? I mean, Trump's a big guy. Pence seems just as big as Trump.
No, Trump's not a big guy, dude. He only weighs 260.
He's like, 6'2", 260 is a big guy.
If you think that guy weighs 260, you're outside your damn mind.
Oh, only 260? Yeah, right. Oh, Pence is only 5'10". I thought Pence was a big dude. Trump is 6'3". Yeah, Trump is probably, 6'3", 300?
Oh, he's well. If he's 6'3", he's well over the $3.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he wears such poorly fitting suits.
Yeah, I do feel like you can go to like a Men's Warehouse and get a better fitted suit than.
Oh, they're like super bag. That's like his thing. Like his ties are like insanely long, like ridiculously long. His suits are super baggy.
Oh,
Inauguration concert celebrating America later on CNN.
yeah, and you're talking to me. Like, I'm bigger than both of you.
For big guys to dress nice.
But I mean, fair. I mean, it is. It's not fun, but
Just gotta get that. Gotta get those stretchy suits.
hey, go fuck yourself.
Well, I mean, I buy suits that have a little stretch to them because they're just more comfortable.
Ian, who you got going to the Super Bowl? I'm gonna guess he's gonna say.
There's this Twitter page called Coping Mega. It's like people. It's people. It's them posting like pictures of like people like losing their minds over.
I've actually.
Bills Bucks.
Is this contingent? All this Bills, fandom. Is this contingent that Patrick Mahomes doesn't play? Because I have a feeling that if Patrick Mahomes plays, this isn't going to be a relatively close game. Even though I do love Josh Allen, but this is like the third.
I think Bills can beat them even if Mahomes plays. Bills Bucks would be a fun Super Bowl.
Dude, Chiefs Packers. Oh my God.
Chiefs Packers. I mean, any matchup would be.
They literally might score 120 points.
Yeah. There's cool storylines like across all, like having Mahomes Brady, like the old be the new type thing would be really cool.
I do have to agree with you, and Fork's on. He's going to be happy with me. But I guess I've not really paid attention. I don't know how I missed it. Like how amazing Aaron Rodgers is. Like,
yeah,
incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think it's. Yeah, I mean, I think if Mahomes doesn't play, the Chiefs are in trouble for sure. But yeah,
I think before Mahomes came along, Rodgers was probably the most like physically gifted quarterback that's probably ever played.
Besides Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler. Smoking Jay Cutler. I love those memes. But also, I'm so bummed him and his wife or ex-wife or soon-to-be ex-wife split up. Kristen, you ever watch that show, Keeping Up with the?
Yeah, I always loved watching.
Very Cavallari, is what it was called.
Yeah, I always loved watching him go into like her business and just like torture her workers. Because if I was in that situation, like that's so me. Like that's exactly what I would do. But what was the whole thing? It was after they broke up, like the whole raccoon thing. That was funny.
I didn't see that.
Where Jay Cutler was like on a raccoon hunt and he was posting about it every day on Instagram.
That seems like a Jay Cutler thing to do. That's so funny. Back to politics. So it's okay. It's tweets like these that I'm just like, okay, you're like, can we like kind of like hold it with the melodrama, please? I feel as if Abraham Lincoln was just inaugurated. Like, okay,
let's fucking relax. I mean,
like, yes, we're all happy, but like, come on.
I mean, are we like, what are we happy for? Like, hey, I'm ecstatic that I have a president that I can, listen to and not just get a rush of anxiety. I told this to one of my friends. I was talking to her, and I go, if you would have told me at the beginning of the Trump presidency that I would be really big into meditation just to get in a fucking release of the hands on the frickin' pry bars for 4 years, yeah, I would have called you insane, but geez, these last 4 years.
Well, that's kind of the thing is
been so much better just since he's been off Twitter. Since he's been off Twitter, it's just been amazing.
That's more of the thing. It's more of an indictment on how crazy things have been that we're so excited that we're gonna get back to some semblance of normalcy again. Also, I guess Trump issued a last-minute pardon for the husband of Ginny and Piro.
Dude, we're gonna drain the swamp. Didn't you know?
Drain the swamp. I can't get over the Pompeo.
He's such a douche.
Oh, I guess they're divorced, and I guess he had worked for Trump, but regardless. We live in a world where the President of the United States pardoned Lil Wayne.
On something that Lil Wayne...
Ian right on cue. Kodak and Wheezy free, though.
Freaking... And, it'd be one thing if, it was, some bit of, Lil Wayne was, tricked or taken advantage of, but he was just totally guilty of what he did.
Yeah.
I'm so frustrated with that shit.
Biden and Harris to lay wreath at tomb of the unknown soldier. Did we go there when you visited? Not this time, but the first time you visited?
No, we didn't. That was the last day when you had to go back to work. We were thinking about going, then you had to go back to work.
We'll have to do that next time you visit.
Dude, did I tell you what I'm doing in February?
No.
I'm going out to see this Pacific Ocean.
Really? I'm
just going to drive out there, and we'll see how long it takes.
It's going to take a couple days, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where specifically, or you're just going to drive and...
I don't know. I'm thinking about going to San Diego. Big reason is the interstates that go down to San Diego go through Las Vegas, where Cedric and my sister live. And then I'm going to hook around and see my dad real quick. And I don't know. It makes more sense. But I don't know. I've never driven through the Rockies. I like driving through the Appalachian. So,
dude, you should have waited until the weather was nicer, and then you should have just driven up to Oregon, and you could have just played Bandon Dunes and seen the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, you paying for it?
I'm sure it's expensive. I'm sure it's a couple $300-$400 to play there.
I'm certainly not going to play it by myself.
There's so many cool courses I want to go to. I just wish they all weren't so expensive.
Just need to become rich. Thoughts on $15 minimum wage? Huh. I mean, why not?
Man, Pete's awesome. You had just messaged us about how we need to do an episode on this.
Yeah, I mean, Pete, you're pretty much our first viewer that we don't personally know. So I thank the enthusiasm, but yeah, we're gonna have an episode about that here soon. So look for it next week. But I think the unanimous idea before all three of us. I don't know if you've seen our previous episodes. There's usually a third one of us, but I think it's damn well time that people, instead of having to work 2-3 jobs and put 16-hour days in just to live. We give people some extra money. It's good for the economy. It's not good for large swaths of people to be working 16-hour days and not have money to spend anything and revitalize the economy. It's just not smart. It's economically, it's just stupid. So,
yeah, I think the arguments against it don't really bear out.
Can you believe somebody at McDonald's who's flipping burgers is going to make $15 an hour? Yes, because have you ever worked fast food? It sucks.
Yeah, my only request, I'll be the boomer here, the only request is stop forgetting my damn sauces. My salsa for the burritos at McDonald's.
No, you're not a boomer. You're a damn Karen.
It's so disappointing. You get a mile down the road, you reach for your burrito, and then for the sauce, and it's not in there. Oh, it drives me crazy.
Yeah, but then you get it delivered on Uber Eats and get your whole thing back.
Yeah.
You missed my sauce. Oh, here's $40 back. Oh, okay.
I only do that at B-dubs when. Well, B-dubs on Uber Eats so many times. I'll get my wings with no sauce on them at all, and no ranch or anything. And I'm I just got freaking plain
chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. What the hell is this? Then I'll submit a thing and I'll get my money back on Uber Eats. Remember Inauguration night when we ordered pizza and they delivered
Indian food, which would have been awesome if I wouldn't have had fucking Indian food 3 times that week.
That was so funny. Burger for a cop, hold the spit.
What are you talking about?
Ian's comment there?
Yeah, what is that?
Pretty sure it's a Super Troopers reference. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
Wow. Man, I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Or maybe, that's a leader of. No, it is Super Troopers.
I would guess.
Does that spit to you? Yeah, well, eats it anyway.
What's that restaurant with all the flares and shit?
I swear to God, I'm gonna pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans. Hey Farvo, what's that restaurant that you like with all the goofy shit on the walls? Oh, shenanigans? Oh, hands him the pistol.
A bar of soap. Good one, Farva.
Also, if you haven't watched this show yet, you need to. So in Super Troopers, the old cop, the guy who says that.
Dude, it's been forever, but okay.
Well, anyway, you need to watch on HBO. HBO, I think it's HBO.
Babe, by the way, do you have the TV on?
I do, yeah.
I'm drinking. I would definitely drink some major beers out of that.
That was mad. That thing is huge.
Whew. Anyways,
probably crystal too. My God. You need to watch the show Succession on HBO. It's amazing.
Oh, that's the one about the billionaire and the kids.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, nothing more American than figuring out kids freaking battling over billions of dollars.
I didn't realize. I guess I've never watched an inauguration all that closely, but I didn't realize the president just got a bunch of gifts from Congress too. That's dope.
Yeah, he's the fucking president. Better than getting a free gift from freaking Putin.
You know what sucks though? It's for a good reason, but they're not the president or maybe the president. I doubt it, but maybe none of the staffers or anybody's allowed to keep any gifts from when a foreign envoy comes over and brings gifts that they're not allowed to keep any of it.
Yeah, the president's not supposed to either, but another Trump thing. Should tax reform for president? Yeah. Law.
Yeah, I think so. It was never really an issue before because everybody pretty much just did it.
I don't know if it's worth making a law over, but hey, America, don't vote for somebody that's not going to show you their fucking financial ties.
It's true.
Hey, if they're hiding their financials, there might be something in there that they don't want you to see. Amazing.
Also, Is this the longest that anybody's ever been under audit by the IRS?
Yeah, I mean, but to be fair, nobody shoved this back in his face. If you're under audit for 4 years, you're probably doing something.
Right. Yeah. So Trump's back at Mar-a-Lago, is that right?
Dude, I don't care.
He's probably on the golf course already.
Dude, fuck him.
I'm jealous.
I seriously just want to go the next 48 hours, not.
Oh my gosh. Listen to this. I'm on Fox's website, and one of the videos here is I don't know who Katie Pavlich is, but it says Katie Pavlich says Biden faces challenge bringing far left around on his unity message. Yes, it's the left, the far left that is the issue with this. Not that they're not without any faults, but
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't think it was the far left
talking about this with Bork not present. So
true. It wasn't the far left that stormed the Capitol, is what I'm getting at.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it was Antifa. What are you laughing at?
You.
Once again, can't fucking find a goddamn freaking lone wolf terrorist ever, but goddamn, can we pick Antifa agents out of a fucking crowd like none other?
How about this one? From the news network that brought you, they're canceling Christmas because of the Starbucks cups, and everybody's a snowflake because of all this. From that same network, they have the article, CNN anchors let insults, condemnations fly as Trump leaves the White House. Boo-hoo.
Yeah, it's just like the lady that Bork knows. I still haven't learned her name, but for that they're nominating for the budget. They're literally mad at her because she was sending mean tweets about Republicans. And it's just like, how can you not understand how this is a messaging issue for you? To say, hey, we're not going to let this person be in government because they send mean tweets, but yet you were totally all right with a fucking president being a jackass on Twitter for 4 years.
You were fine you were fine with candidate Trump calling other candidates' wives ugly and like
insinuating that his father was part of the JFK assassination.
That one, like, what was I never understood the reasoning for that. Like, was there like anything?
I mean, you're starting on the wrong premise and actually thinking there was a reason for
that. They're true, but
then you got Kevin McCarthy here.
Oh my gosh.
Literally trying to rehash freaking history, like acting like he is, oh yeah, now I'm ready to get along.
I mean, this guy. Also, those shoes. I sound so stupid. Those shoes, his whole outfit is just a disaster. Those shoes do not go with that suit at all.
I mean, even if you're gonna pull it off with not going with the suit, at least get the tie to, ring it in a little bit. But
yeah.
Put light brown with red tie. Come on, man.
Charcoal suit, light brown shoes, red tie. Solid.
Like that gets you to like a point where you just don't take how do these people graduate from Ivy League schools and become like millionaires and then become very powerful people and they can't even dress themselves? Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean,
did you see Ted Cruz show up?
He was at the inauguration.
Fucker, yeah.
The balls on that guy.
Ted Cruz is soft as baby shit.
I was just gonna say that.
I still think the other one. I think it was Carville that said it. I like Ted Cruz a lot more than most people, and I hate Ted Cruz. Oh, Jesus. Teddy ball game. I I do not hate Ted Cruz. I just don't take Ted Cruz serious, and it pisses me off that people do.
No, I think Ted Cruz is one of the lowest types of like with like a Jim Jordan, like he's just wacky and like he's not he's not somebody that I like view as like an intellectual, like, but like Ted Cruz is like a very intelligent person. Like he knows better. Like he's a very, very smart person, and he's totally just made this entire shift for
sure
purely personal reasons.
We talked about this talking about Josh Hawley. Like Josh Hawley is a Harvard educator, Yale or Ivy League educated lawyer, as the same as Ted Cruz. You cannot tell me that they don't like not only look at the record of these cases in court, but also like just look at the evidence and say, hey, you have a bunch of affidavits, but like we have shown that these affidavits are bullshit. And like a lot of people that are signing these people don't understand what an affidavit is. So in return, they can kind of, back out of them, which basically means an affidavit is useless.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, that's so true. Like, none of them would be. Yeah, none of these people that were signing his affidavits, if brought to court to essentially testify to, to the facts that they're presenting, like they wouldn't do it because they would get lawyers.
No, I think they would. I think they would have a legitimate case, like not understanding what an affidavit is, because you never sign an affidavit from something you thought you saw. Like, if you're signing an affidavit, you better make sure you know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like if it got to that point, they would get lawyered up, and then their lawyer would be like, "Yeah, like you need to like retract this."
You would never fucking sign this.
Statutory Hall. Do you know who the two statues that Iowa has in the Statutory Hall are?
The climate guy.
Borlaug.
Yeah.
I think the other one's Kirkwood. I think they change them periodically, but that's who was there when.
Who do you dislike more, Rudy from Notre Dame or Rudy from New York?
Oh,
I don't dislike Rudy. I just think he's from Notre Dame. I just think he was a participation trophy winner. But judging by how they played Alabama, he might have been their starting defensive end this year. You set that one up too good, Ian.
Rudy from New York for sure. Also, you ever heard the Joe? Sorry, I'm just reading. Somebody's like knocking on my door. I think I got a package. Sorry. You ever heard the Joe Namath, or not Joe Namath? Joe Montana story on Rudy?
No.
He's like, like nobody like took their jerseys off and laid them on the coach's desk. Like that didn't happen. And he's like, and like he didn't get like carried off the field by the whole team. There was like two guys that were carrying him off the field as like a joke, and like it was like the movie was like a complete dramatization. Like it wasn't like this, like nobody, how it played out in the movie wasn't in any way resemblance of how it actually went down in reality.
I didn't know it was a true story, honestly.
Yeah. I remember it was probably 6 or 7 years ago now, but you know how like the Little League World Series, how they always have like the fun facts about different kids and stuff. One of the kids was nephew of Rudy Rudiger from the Notre Dame. I was like, that's actually I like that fun fact. That's actually
talking about those answers from Little League Baseball. It was a couple years ago, and I just remember it because I threw a huge fit about it because I was actually at a family reunion, and we had an argument about this all night. Somebody rated Hoosiers the top sports movie of all time, and I literally couldn't take him serious.
Yeah,
but like 16 or 17 people that I've asked since then is like, yeah, it's clearly Hoosiers. And then you look up like all the top rated sports movies of all time, like on the internet, and everybody picks Hoosiers.
Yeah, good. I like the movie, but
Hence reflecting the true will of me. Well, Pete, I'm not going to mean to go off on you here, but I do believe the Electoral College should be abolished. But it's never going to happen, at least in modern day political aspects. So
we have an episode on this, I believe.
I don't really take too much thought into it, but we do have an episode about this at the beginning. So if you want to check out the YouTube channel, it's one of our first episodes, actually.
Yeah, we all agree that the Electoral College is stupid.
Was this the time when we shit on the founding fathers, or was that the other time?
That was the very, very first episode.
Or the multiple times we've done it. We're all fighting off tertiary syphilis.
You know what I think the best sports movie of all time is?
Don't say Remember the Titans.
No, I like that movie too, but no. Miracle.
Ew, no. Kurt Russell, no.
So, what? Kurt Russell was amazing.
You know what's sad is there's no like really great baseball movie, in my opinion. Like everybody loves freaking Field of Dreams. I think that's.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna watch 2 hours of a movie. I want a bigger payoff than playing catch with your father. Like I understand that. Like I get it, but
I think either 60, I think, is really good.
Never seen.
Oh, it's really 8 Men Out is a really, really good one.
Never seen that one either.
Oh, 8 Men Out's awesome. The Black Sox scandal.
I like more of like the comedy baseball movies.
Bull Durham.
Bull Durham, Major Leagues, Sandlot. Man.
Looks like they're gonna review the troops. Pass and review. Cool. John Bon Jovi will perform at the concert.
Army.
Hey man.
You gave your you did your service. Man. So what do you see going forward for the Moose Club with Trump not being a consistent, like just dartboard for us?
He provided an endless
topic.
Yeah, content was easy to come by.
We're actually gonna have to get into like policy now. That's not fun.
Well, I mean, I think there's going to be plenty to discuss with some of these policy initiatives of Biden, but probably it'll be more interesting from the take of like why are so many people opposing some of these what we would describe as like necessary common sense policy changes, but I think they'll be punished, and also I think we'll be able to have some interesting episodes looking back at like previous administrations. Like we can look back at like how Obama handled the Great Recession, how Bush handled Katrina, like WMDs, stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I think hopefully we can do these live events a little more often. Judging by Pete, maybe Pete can come up with a episode topic he wants us to talk about, but it would be good to get feedback on issues others think we should have an episode about. So
yeah, for sure.
We probably will be signing off here on this episode.
Yeah,
in the next 20 minutes, but if you want to leave a comment, and we will. We're going to be taping sometime this weekend. So
yes, sir. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I think things are going to kind of die down here with the inauguration.
Here's Van. Is Van going to cry? No, I'm just kidding.
Van. But no, what a day. President Biden, 46th president of the United States.
You know, just finishing up, and it's kind of a sentimental thing for me, but you know, after the last 4 years, it's refreshing to know that we like elected somebody. We've talked about this one, Pete. Kyle does not think so. I do think so. I think we're both think it should happen, but
should happen. I don't think it will.
So, it's just good to have somebody that has struggled, has been through things, has empathy, has like realization of like real people. Like, I know that sounds a lot like what people said about Trump, but like Trump's like a fucking New York billionaire. Like, this dude never felt anything what you were feeling. Joe Biden was a son of a freaking poor factory worker that had to move for work, overcame a stutter, lost his first wife and a kid, had 2 brain aneurysms, lost another kid. I mean, Jesus. I mean,
yeah, Trump. Yeah, the billionaire from New York. He doesn't care about you.
But like, he can't even like. I don't even think he can rationalize how normal people live. That's more my point.
Right. No, I agree.
So
yeah, it's not like he. It's not like he lived the American dream. Like, grew up poor and like achieved all of his success like on his own merits. Like, he was born into a wealthy family and was like, he never had to. Not that he didn't have to work to build his business and stuff, but like, it just he didn't have
to work to build his business.
What?
Did he have to work to build his business?
I mean, not as hard as somebody that built everything from the ground up. I would.
Did you ever hear the story about when frickin' the Taj Mahal was going under and they sold 3 million chips in one night, and it ended up being Fred who just kept the 3 million chips? Didn't bet it. He just bought 3 million chips and hung on to it. So that tells you how good Donnie was doing.
Taj Mahal. Is that the one in?
Well, it wasn't Atlantic City.
Wasn't Atlantic City, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. We are going to get going. Like I said, we are going to hope to do more of these live episodes more. We are going to tape this weekend. I think it was mentioned earlier, the $15 minimum wage. I know that's definitely one we want to talk about.
Yeah.
But anything else, Kyle?
No, I don't think so. Good day. Good day.
I can't wait for this this briefing room. Oh my God.
Is that going to be like this afternoon?
7 o'clock tonight.
7 o'clock?
Yep.
Cool. All right.
It'd be actually cool to see, a White House that communicates. All right, guys.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.